No,
Well, that's what they want.
I've never been that guy.
Okay. Well, they want to portray you as the better side of the rap game. So my question to you is, I mean, you can answer it or not. You know, how do you keep, well, basically, how do you keep a positive influence? And that's when there's such a lot of negativity towards the rap game and the hip hop industry right now.
Well, I don't know. I think it depends on who we're talking about. You know, if we just streamline everything into two people, you know, you have people who look at what I say and what I do as being positive for the sake of it's constructive and it's progressive. Then you have the other person, no less privileged, no less of a person. You know, no, not that they're not like the bad guy. You know, just on equal footing, who will look at what I say as being, you know, how can I say, overly controversial for the sake of just attention, or, you know, not really meaningful in the realm of, you know, their personal, you know, comings and goings. So it really has no effect, or it has no relativity to them. You know, and it's destructive. You know, so it's just like with anything in life. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know, and it's fluid throughout. So it's not like, you know, I have a certain thing, because at the end of the day, it's about an audience. It's not about me. You know, I could go into a room by myself and record 100 albums, you know, and listen to them, and then, you know, throw them in the trash, and nobody will ever hear them, and I'll be just as kind of satisfied, which is making music. It was just about making music for the sake of making music, but it's not. It's about an audience. So making music to perform or making music to present, you open yourself up to that diversity of your audience. And, you know, all audiences, you know, are made up of various people, various things, you know, various intentions, various ideals. Some of those ideals clash within the same song. Somebody could be a fan of the first verse, but could be completely disgusted and insulted by the second verse within the same song. You know, one person take a song like He Say, She Say, which is on my first album. It's the exact same words, except for a few changes in pronouns here and there to change the direction. But, you know, one verse is from the son's point of view, and one verse is from the mother's point of view, saying the exact same words. But, you know, a disgruntled baby father may listen to the son,
Get upset.
you know, and smack the baby mother for saying the same thing.
Yeah. You're right.
So the duality of life.
There you go.
You know?
So speaking on that first album, let's go back to it. The concept of the album name. What were you thinking when you did it? Just give us a little info on
Oh man, it's quite fitting that it's we just brought up duality, because it's about food and liquor. For me, I think alcohol is terrible. I think it's one of the worst things man has ever created. You know, but you know, and I always critique myself. I critique myself more than I critique anybody else. You know, but you know, in certain times in history, if you drink the water, you die. So everybody had to drink beer. You know, so it's kind of old. How do you explain that, Lupe? You know, but today it's not the case. And so for me, it's you know, liquor has a negative connotation, and food has a positive connotation. But I believe that they represent human nature. You know, it's a representation of human nature. So it's me expressing what I think is the basic thing that runs through us all, which is a little bit of food and a little bit of liquor, a little bit of sense and a little bit of nonsense, a little bit of intelligence and a little bit of stupidity, a little bit of righteousness, a little bit of not so righteous, a little strip club action. But we may have all the preacher, the thief. You know, everyone has depending on what the situation is, and depending upon what they're trying to achieve, you know, they will, you know, save a baby at the expense of a train full of people dying. And then it would, the reverse, it would kill a train full of people to save a baby, depending on what the circumstance is. And everybody's made it. And in one instance, there'll be a hero. In the next instance, there'll be, a terrorist. So I see that nobody can escape that. Nobody I've met has ever escaped that. Nobody I've ever researched has ever escaped that paradox of human nature. Martin Luther King, God rest his soul, Malcolm X, James Baldwin, Gandhi. Everyone has had, certain hypocritical instances. But I don't really dwell in either or. I dwell in both because I believe that it's both. That's why it's food and liquor.
That's a good answer.